In this video, I'll guide you through how to create calculated metrics in Google Analytics 4. Calculated metrics let you build your own custom numbers by combining the standard metrics that Google Analytics already collects. For example, you can create things like revenue per user or a custom conversion rate without needing to change your website tracking. We'll go step by step right inside the GA4 interface so you can follow along on your own screen. First, open your browser and go to analytics.google.com. If you're not already signed in, log in with the Google account that has access to your analytics property. Once you're in, make sure you're looking at the correct GA4 property at the top of the screen because calculated metrics are specific to each property. If you have multiple properties, take a second to confirm you're in the right one before you continue. Next, we need to move into the settings area. Look to the bottom left corner of the Google Analytics interface and click on Admin, which is the little gear icon. This is where you manage settings for your account and property, and it's where all configuration for things like custom definitions and calculated metrics lives. In the admin area, focus on the property column. Under the section called Data Display, click on Custom Definitions. Custom definitions are where you manage both your custom dimensions and your custom metrics. And now in GA4, this is also where you'll find calculated metrics. Once you're on the custom definitions page, look for the tab or option labeled Calculated Metrics and click on it. This switches the view from regular custom definitions to the dedicated space where all your calculated metrics will be listed. If this is your first time here, the list might be empty, and that's perfectly fine. Now, to add a new one, click the button that says Create Calculated Metric. This opens a panel or form where you'll define exactly what your new metric should be and how it should be calculated. The first field you'll see is the name. Type a clear and descriptive name for your calculated metric. Think about how you and your team will recognize it later in reports. For example, instead of something vague like metric 1, you might use revenue per purchase or engagement rate custom. A good name will make reporting much easier down the line. Below the name, type a description. This is optional, but it's very helpful, especially if multiple people use the same property. Use this space to briefly explain what the metric does and how the formula works or where it's meant to be used. For example, revenue divided by number of purchases used for e-commerce performance analysis. Clear descriptions reduce confusion later. Next, enter the formula for your calculated metric. In this field, you'll combine existing GA4 metrics using mathematical operators like plus, minus, multiply, or divide. As you start typing, Google Analytics usually suggests available metrics you can use. Make sure you choose metrics that make sense together and double-check any parentheses or division to avoid errors. If something doesn't validate, adjust the formula until GA4 accepts it. After the formula is set, select the unit of measurement. This tells Google Analytics how to treat and display your result, whether it's a number, a currency, a percentage, or another type. Choose the unit that best matches what your formula represents. For example, if your formula calculates a conversion rate, you'll want a percentage. If it's monetary, select a currency-based unit. When you're happy with the name, description, formula, and unit, the final step is simple. Click Save. Google Analytics will create your calculated metric and add it to the list. From now on, you'll be able to use this metric in your GA4 explorations and reports, just like any other metric, giving you more tailored insights from the same underlying data.